This is the Padua Podcast Network. Running a Fever, episode 353. Lombardi Rules.
Kat is very interested because she hasn't seen me do this in a while. Indoors. That's Frankenstein, my cat. Warmups are important, even on an indoor bike. I've actually hurt myself on an indoor bike in the past. I say indoor bike, it's a stationary bike. It was an Achilles tendon injury, which I'm prone to. I had three sort of serious ones. One was a complete rupture, or almost complete. It was a very serious rupture. One of them was actually on this bike. It wasn't the big bad one, but the big bad one was not even during exercise at all. There's plenty of information about that, I think, on previous episodes, but bottom line is I need to do these warm-ups and take them seriously because I really hate injuries, not so much because of the pain, but because of the time it takes me out of commission. Almost finished here. 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. The screen is really bright. I'm just going to use my phone timer, and we're going to go for 20 minutes today. So why am I doing this? Well, I'm a coward. It's freezing outside, literally 32 degrees temperature, and just didn't want to do it. That's okay. I can get good exercise indoors. I need to do this more often anyway. I don't think I'm going to do the intermittent interval training. Today I'm just going to try to get 20 minutes of good solid body movement in. And so I'm on my Schwinn stationary bike in the largest room in my house, I think. Pretty sure it is. It's right in the middle of my house. I have this extra room. I'm going to eventually move the exercise bike and possibly my teeter inversion table into a previously used as a guest room / work office. I say work office because it's for my day job, and use this primarily as a video and band rehearsal space. Got a big green cloth up against the wall, so you might see some future Running a Fever videos from here. It's very possible. And you've already seen some, actually. I've done a number of videos from here. Go check out YouTube, and you'll see me standing in a room with a bunch of red light behind me, and that's where I am. So welcome to Running a Fever. It's a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine. My name is Michael Davis. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life, right up to the very end. I just want to love my life, and I want to love it enough that I can live as long as possible, do everything I need to do that. So if that's your goal as well, then you're in the right place. I will provide you with information and mostly just experience in my journey across the vast time of a health journey. That's what I'm doing. I'm on my health journey. Today I'm doing something good with it. I'm helping my body become more healthy, my heart, my legs, just by moving around. Motion is the key. You don't have to be a marathon runner. You don't have to be a Tour de France cycler. You don't have to be an Olympic athlete. All you have to do is move. Just keep moving. There's a song about that, and I've probably sung it on this show before. Keep on moving, don't stop. And that's the whole point. Literature department. Been reading a book called The Lombardi Rules that was a gift. I think it was a Christmas gift. And it's pretty good. There's a lot of things that you've probably already heard before, and if you've read any motivational leadership books, so forth. But it's from the point of view of Vince Lombardi as a football coach, and so it's got that kind of analogous flavor to it. But it's all about being prepared, working hard, setting an example, knowing yourself, knowing your strengths and weaknesses. These are some of the concepts. It's a very short book. Each chapter is about a page and a half, 26 chapters, and there's a couple of other chapters that are more general, conclusion and opening, that sort of thing. And there's also a picture in between each chapter, so there's a lot of non-word space in the book. I think I'm most of the way through it. It's like 70 pages, probably 100 pages or so long. So anyway, good book. It, anytime you read something that you've read before or something you're already familiar with, kind of reinforces it. And there are some things that are, you can know truth. It's a human thing, being able to recognize truth, I think. And while we all do it to a greater or lesser degree, or just a different degree, if you want to put it that way. I don't want to get too much into philosophy today, but it helps to reinforce it. So, it helped me to see, you got to actually do the work. You have to do the work. Thinking about being in shape is not going to help me. It does help me in terms of what's my goal. But, if I spend all my time contemplating my goal and don't actually go out and do anything, I'm not going to get anywhere. So the book is good for that reason. Yeah. And my mouth is getting dry now, reminding me that I should have hydrated before starting today. But I will definitely hydrate afterward. I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit. You can probably tell I'm not breathing hard at all, and I should be at least a little bit. I had a recommendation from my doctor for cardio. I don't think this is even fast enough to be considered cardio. He said, there's a formula for, that includes your age on what your I think it's your weight and age calculated somehow to come up with the heart rate that you want to target for exercise. So mine was 114, which I could probably see if I had my fitness watch on, but I don't think I'm going to get up. I might get up that high, but probably not. My resting heart rate is in the 50s, always has been kind of low, relatively speaking. And so going up to 114 would be a pretty significant jump. But in any event, I need to get my heart going. It's important. It's the most important organ in the body, probably. I don't know, you could argue that the brain is more important, but you don't need a brain to operate your heart, but you need a heart to operate your brain. So that's why same logic is useful in making exercise my top priority. People say, well, exercise is good enough for you, but aren't there other things you do in your life that are more helpful to society or more rewarding? And I would say, yes, absolutely there is. There are those things, but none of them is possible without having good health. If you don't have your health, you're not going to be able to do anything. Health, fitness, it's all at the highest priority. So the heart is the most important organ in the body, I believe. Lungs, arguably, but it's possible to have a heartbeat and not be breathing, but it's not possible to be breathing and not have a heartbeat, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a medical doctor, folks, so take all this with a shaker of salt, or a box of salt, if you will. Plenty of salt, mountain of salt, a whole mine full of salt, but lots of salt on it. If I had video of this place, you'd see it's kind of a soothing atmosphere. I've got various equipment around me, but lights and tripods and a big green screen. But I've also got a stand-up lamp. I've got 3 of these in the house. It's probably 3 more than I actually need, but anyway, I like having the light around. But this one has a red light in it, so it's pretty soft. Maybe red isn't the ideal color for exercise or for relaxation or whatever. Probably more like a blue would be better for that, or maybe a blue-green or something. Cool color. So, but it feels good to at least be doing something. And importantly, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, and after several snoozes, got out of bed at 4:45. And it's good, because that's the time I'm going to need to be up if I go to Lake Fayetteville or I go to the gym, and can expect to be at work at a reasonable hour, probably 7 for me. Done it in the past, so I kind of know how the timing works, and actually I'll go out there. I've rejoined the gym. I'm paying for it now, so there's an incentive to actually use that. And It's been kind of cold, but not too cold. I think it's, I've set 20 degrees, I believe, as my lower limit, where I won't go out. It's less than 20 degrees, but today's 32, so I could definitely go out. Decided not to, but at least I'm doing something today. I'm on the bike, I'm doing something, I'm burning calories, I'm conditioning my body. And I got up and did something at this time without just going back to sleep. So it's a positive, got to look on the positive side. Confidence was another one of Lombardi's rules, is to play the game with confidence. And build confidence by preparation for one thing, being very prepared and knowing your plays and being able to execute them after running them many times in practice is basically what it is. And experience like that gives you confidence to do them in a real game. And the other part of that is when you actually succeed and win the game, then that gives you even more confidence, and it kind of builds on itself. Confidence helps you win. Winning makes you more confident. And by the way, the last Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday, so I got to see that sort of athletic performance. It was a good game. Kansas City Chiefs won over the San Francisco 49ers. No doubt both teams practiced well and prepared well. There were some trick plays in there. It was overtime. It's good to watch. It was fun to watch. It's a good game. And it's just a game, but you know what? Just like your, podcast. It's just a podcast. It's not going to save the world, but, the football inspires people. It's competition, but it inspires people to do those things. Look at the athletes there and how well they are prepared and how well they perform. Is good inspiration for us in life. All entertainment is like that. So you don't have to feel like if you're entertaining that you're not doing something valuable, that you're doing something frivolous. It's valuable in its inspirational qualities. So that's what we're about on Running a Fever, inspiring myself and inspiring all of you to have better health and do what you need to do to get there. And on that note, I'll say usual stuff, like and subscribe us on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast in your favorite podcast catcher. That would be great benefit. Thank you very much in advance for doing that. If you got the fever, keep it. If you don't, then catch the fever, and I'll talk to you next time on Running a Fever.